assist in that first contest. 8 points is tied a career high, as did the 7 goals. Is now Penn State man up. As Luke Wallstrom circles around from X, gives it to Ethan Long. Wallstrom to Kyle Lehman, back to Wallstrom, up top, Long, his shot scores! Bounces past Jelinas, and Penn State is up early as they get the man-up goal.
Coming into the game, 43.2%, 16 of 37 on the season, good for 19th in the nation on the man-up, and right there, Ethan Long. Bouncers go, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching at home, you're a young kid, your coaches are going to preach it to you. Bouncers will go, and that right there, a beautiful shot from Long. An excellent player. He's a very cerebral player for Penn State. That's something Jeff Tambroni talks about a lot. He's a smart player. You see it here, though, with the bouncer. Off stick, off hip on Jelinas. That's a hard save to make.
These two teams met 2 weeks ago. Amon, his shot. That one saved by Jelinas. Going down to the knee to get it. Long pass out ahead. That one connects to Eric McDonald. McDonald into the attacking side. Now Smith, his shot. Save made, Frassian. And he'll go the long pass. Pushing the pace, it's Liam Matthews. Matthews to Trainer, scores! Behind the back for Matt Trainer, and his tear against the Blue Jays continues.
And right there, you see it, Scott Smith comes all the way down the field in transition, rips a pull shot from about 15 out. That's 2-point range in the PLL. Easy save for Frassian. It was high to high, catches it right in his twig, and then immediately a great outlet. That's one thing coaches are looking for out of their goalies. Passes to the stick in transition, finds Matthews right away, and then look right here. Matthews delays just long enough to find Trainer far side. And when he has that much space, he loves.
Penn State leads 2-0, 10 minutes to go in the first. Winner advances to play Maryland in the Big Ten tournament semifinals. Hopkins attacking side, passing it off. Down low, it was Charlie Eiler. Now Dylan Bauer up top. Bauer pushes in. His shot scores! Dylan Bauer goes straight in on Frassian, and he's got Hopkins on the board with his 15th goal this season.
Bauer's a very interesting player. He's a little bit undersized as an attackman, but he's super shifty, a very athletic player, and he does a great job of finding his spots on the field to capitalize. Right there, it just looks like Frassian guesses the wrong way. It's a great job dodging downhill onto Bartolomeo. Then Frassian thought maybe it's coming short side. He wanted the slide. You could tell him, so it won't be a surprise to see 22 get the ball back in his twig here shortly.
Right now it's on the stick of 21. That's Luke Wallstrom. Quentin Kilrain on him. Wallstrom, Lehman on the near side. Now Lehman pushes in for a potential pass. Instead, Keppett circles around to X. 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Penn State leads 2-1. A beautiful Saturday, University Park. As Lehman works around, shot scores! Kyle Lehman circles from X and gets his 17th goal this season. And Penn State, with a 3-goal first period, leads it 3-1.
On that look right there. So Penn State they have so many guys who played attack in high school, running out of the box. Lehman's playing attack, but he gets switched onto the short stick defensive midfielder. So right away, they work the 2-man game with Matthews. It's an over pursuit down low from the other shorty. It's Charles Barkley in the paint.
Now Penn State's offense back at it. 3 goals, leading 3-1. Just under 6.5 minutes to go in the first. That shot. Save made, Jelinas. It was bouncing up in the crease. Looked like there was a chance it bounced behind him, but Jelinas recovered and made now his 4th save. So goalies flashing early. Jack Frassian with 3 saves. Jelinas with 4. As now Hopkins quick, and there's Collison. He gets the goal, his 100th career point, and Johns Hopkins cuts the deficit to 1.
And this is where Penn State struggled the most this season. It's transition defense. When they play settled defense, they've been rock solid. They held Rutgers scoreless in settled offense for over 45 minutes last week. But you see here, great pass by Liam Burke. It's a late slide from Kevin Parnham, and when Carlson has that much space from inside 7, he's going to bury it every time. He's so crafty. He can go low to high. He can go low to low like he did right there on that goal. He's a guy, you've got to know where 16 is on the field at all times in the game. And that's why Penn State's top pull, Alex Ross, is on him, but in that situation, slide away, you're forced to get a second guy there, and he has too much free space.
Gills took the face-off that time for the Nittany Lions. They win it, and now Leary, bounce shot, jump shot, score! Brendan Leary with the quick answer, his 4th goal of the season, 4th goal of the contest for the Nittany Lions, and it's 4-2.
2 of his 4 goals, by the way, from his own side of the midfield line. He's got 2 goals against 10-man rides, but you see it here. Another one of those guys, he played both sides of the field in high school. Right there, a beautiful.
Hitting 4-2 in the Big Ten tournament quarterfinal.
We're going to see a lot of that pick action for Carlson because Alex Ross is such a physical defender down low and wants to get into the body. He loves to engage the body of the player he's marking in a contest. Hopkins is going to have to use those screens to free up Carlson throughout the contest.
Now man up are the Blue Jays. Just 30 seconds that time. Chuck Rawson finds Chauvet, and Chauvet finds the net. Hunter Chauvet with his 22nd goal of the season. 3rd goal of the game for Hopkins, and it's 4-3.
The penalty was an offsides on Ryan DeRocco, hence the 32nd technical foul, giving Hopkins the man up. And you can't let one of the smoothest strokes in college lacrosse have that much space because he's going to pin a corner. And right there, Penn State learned that the hard way. Hunter Chauvet
got the 3rd goal this time for Johns Hopkins. Has only been held pointless in 2 games this season. As Chauvet back with it on his stick, Brendan Leary meets him, forces him further out towards the alley. Now Bauer. Kyle Aldridge on him. Bauer. Top Rawson. Stick that time from Parnham. Diverts Rawson from his original plan. Jimmy Ayers. Circling around, now up top. Rawson, his shot squeaks by. Chuck Rawson ties the game at 4. His 12th goal of his sophomore campaign, and he was able to squeak that one just through the iron and Frasian.
One of the biggest issues with the Hopkins offense this season without Russell Melendez has been a lack of guys cutting through the box and causing disruptions on the defense. You see a cut there from Carlson. There were cuts all over the field. Rawson gets lost outside around the perimeter, cutting from right to left across the top of the box. Aldridge late to slide, and that's why he's able to catch and shoot. Frasian's not happy he didn't make that save. He thought he should have had it. When that ball went in, past him in the net, it came back out, and he chucked it away. He was not happy with himself.
4-4 with 40 seconds to go as faceoff goes the way of Penn State. King gives it to Lehman. Lehman will slow things down. Penn State possibly holding for the final shot of the quarter. The Lions have 12 shots, 9 of which have gotten on net, 4 of which have gone by Oren Jelinas, but Jelinas, coming off his 20-save performance against Maryland, has 5. Lehman pushes through. Now Wallstrom. Trainer spins around, he scores! Matt Trainer with his 2nd goal of the contest, spinning dodge that time, and the Nittany Lions take a 5-4 lead with just 3 seconds left in the quarter.
One word Jeff Tambroni uses to describe Matt Trainer week after week: confidence. And you see it right here. That's composure, but it's also confidence to know. For Johns Hopkins, it's been a balanced offense. The bulk of it's run through Matt Carlson. He's been generating a lot of looks for them because he's such a mismatch down low.
Johns Hopkins heading left to right now across your screen. Their black road uniforms, white numbers, blue accents. So they look to tie this one up. They've had a lot of success against Penn State in this Big Ten tournament. Faced them 4 times. Lead it 3-1 when they play in postseason action. As Rawson, fresh off his goal, gives it to Bauer. Bauer, quick shot, score. And tied right back up is Dylan Bauer with his 16th goal of the season, his second of the contest. Good looking possession that time for the Blue Jays.
It's an unbelievable skip across the entire defense there to Bauer. Great feed by Ross, and you see it there. Penn State over pursues the strong side of the field where the ball is.
2 shot clock resets already in this possession for the Blue Jays, commanding the pace in their attacking side. Dylan Bauer. Top, it's Liam Burke, the freshman. Jimmy Ayers, Collison, blocked that time by Parno. Collison comes and collects it, 16 on 16 crime that time. 15 seconds to go on the shot clock. Up top, Burke finds the feed down low, and Hopkins takes the lead. It's Eric Chick right out in front. 7th goal of the sophomore season for Eric Chick, and the Blue Jays lead 6-5 with just under 11 minutes to go in the first half.
And it's another occasion where Penn State loses itself in the slide game. It loses itself defensively. No 2-slide comes down low to Chick, who is operating in the middle. You just see him work off the post. Aldridge there comes to the middle of the field.
To Long to Lehman. It's Long that scored the first goal of this contest relatively quick into that first quarter. The man up.
A player we haven't seen all day is Hunter Aquino. Big Ten Freshman of the Year, all Big Ten freshman team. He's a guy that could be an All-American at the end of the season. He hasn't played. He's got a leg sleeve on his right leg, missed a ton of practice early in the Big Ten season because of an injury, but has played in every game.
Lehman to Amon, and Amon buries it to tie up the contest. Jack Amon gets the tally, and the Nittany Lions break their scoreless drought. 18th goal of the season. Lone season here in Happy Valley for Amon.
Great job by Lehman getting into the stick of Kilrain, and Amon just beats this guy. It's a perfect pass from Lehman, and Amon, right, the most athletic player on his team. He's playing face-off, played offensive midfield in high school, so has that dodging background. Had a sick goal early in the season where he split by a Stony Brook defender and buried one on the run. He's a guy that can do that in any game, and it started with a clean clamp. The refs here today, they've done an excellent job with the cadence on the face-off. New face-off rules this year have kind of helped Baldwin have a meteoric rise, because that's how he trained throughout his high school days.
Kyle Lehman, Penn State's got 7 on the shot clock. He moves in, his shot scores. Left-handed rip for Kyle Lehman. His second goal gives Penn State the 7-6 lead with just 7 seconds left in the half.
The growth of Kyle Lehman in the Big Ten Conference this season is something that's excellent to see if you're Jeff Tambroni and you're John Haas on the Penn State sideline. He's kind of the heir apparent to this offense when Matt Traynor graduates. You see it there, a nice little split past Kilrain, who's a hard guy to beat. PI helps you out in the long run. If Hopkins can win a couple games, they may get an at-large bid. Penn State, 5th in the RPI, much more secure. A win would pretty much solidify them as a top 8 team that would host in the first round of the tournament, but a loss could shake that up, put them in that 8-9 area where they're kind of unsure what the future holds. One last game at Panzer, or are they on the road for the rest of the year?
16-team postseason format. The Lions, the 7-6 lead. So we are scoreless so far in the second half as Matthews right out in front changes it. Good feed from Wallstrom, finds Liam Matthews right in front of Jelinas, and Liam Matthews buries it for his 17th goal.
And that right there is why 51 always finds himself in the rotation on offense, whether it's out of the box as a midfielder or down low at attack. He's just so crafty inside. He knows how to find space, and he doesn't need much space to put it
on Colby Baldwin, so Johns Hopkins gets possession. Charlie Eiler will allow for the substitutions to come on. Gives it to one of them, and Dylan Bauer. or one of the captains for Johns Hopkins, alongside Patrick Deans and Scott Smith. Long-tenured members of this team as Bauer finds Rawson. Rawson, Chauvet, top corner, score! Hunter Chauvet beats Jack Frassian, and Johns Hopkins has an answer for the Nittany Lions.
That is Hunter Chauvet summed up in a 3-second clip. Catch, low to high, release, corner pent. It's simple. It's a simple game for him. You watch it here. He's hovering around the top of the box, sees some space from Aldridge. Doesn't need much space, just like Matthews. Low to high, perfect.
Hand this time. Gives Penn State the possession. Right to Rocco. Rocco makes a move, looking for the pass here. Kyle Lehman. Quentin Kilrain on him. Lehman sends his man to the ground, and he gets the goal to go with it. Kyle Lehman with the quarterfinal hat trick, and the Nittany Lions extend their lead right back up to 2.
5-star recruit coming out of high school, was number 7 overall at one point, was listed inside the top 10 for most of the time in his tenure in that recruiting class. Kyle Lehman's a guy that has slowly continued to get better as he steps on the field. Game after game, you're seeing a growth right there to Chico.
Costin gives it to Trainer. Pass across to King to Lehman. Kyle Lehman settle things down as Quentin Kilrain took away his lane. Been a really nice start to the career of Quentin Kilrain, the sophomore from Virginia, another Lawrenceville guy.
His footwork, it's unbelievable, and as a lefty, he really just dominates that side of the field for the Blue Jays. Started last year, locked down TJ Malone at Homewood.
Now Peden in on Jelinas, and he gets a goal. Will Peden just unevaded right to the net. 5th goal of the season for the senior, and Penn State's leads up to 3.
He worked right by Cole Hoon, just right down the alley, gets underneath the close checking short stick defensive midfielder. Hands were free for days there and puts it right by Jelinas. You see it here again in the replay. Just works right downhill with that right hand, beats his man off the speed dodge, and Jelinas has to guess, is he going far side, is he going another one of those guys? Could be drafted this year. Most likely won't be. Aldridge, the 6th ranked short stick D midi in this year's class. A few teams looking for defensive midfielders, most likely being called up as a free agent, but another guy to watch out for on May 6th.
Showed that Baldwin hit right after talking about the NFL. That would be a linebacker coach's dream if your linebackers are tackling like that. It's now Long. Finds Matthews. Matthews taken to the turf, trying to keep possession. Still a battle for it. Lehman will pick up the ground ball for the Nittany Lions. 15 on the shot clock. Gives it to Matthews. Matthews up top. Amon. His shot scores! Jack Amon nets his 2nd of the contest, and Penn State is starting to pull away. It's a 4-goal advantage late in the 3rd. Kept that one on the ground.
And it's Lehman and Matthews going to work again. They've been working the 2-man game down low on this lefty wing all day. Matthews gets the feed from Lehman, then works it up top. And
Roney and Milliman, the 2 head coaches, have both spent time at Cornell in their coaching careers. Eric Chick is down low to Charlie Eiler. It's Peter Milliman's squad. Looking to chip away at Penn State's lead. It's Liam Burke. Burke been a lot more involved here in the 2nd meeting between these 2 sides. Burke takes a rip, bounces it in. Looked like Frassian had the original read, but Liam Burke bounces it by him. And Johns Hopkins cuts their deficit down to 3.
The shift from the end of the 2nd quarter through the 3rd quarter was a run-out 1 by Ryan O'Connor for Penn State. After that, they scored a couple goals, took the lead in the half, and they've built on the momentum since then. Hopkins just got a magnificent save from Jelinas in tight on Trainer, and then he won a run out. They come down, they score. High bouncers go once again. Young kid sitting at home. If you learn how to shoot, was assigned to Jeremy Huber in the fall of 2014, less than 2 weeks prior to the start of what would have been his freshman season in 2015. He passed away suddenly from complications of pneumonia. Nobody wore the number until 2019, and since then it's been dished out, except for 2021, nobody wore it. Burke, honorary freshman who gets to wear that number. That's important to the Hopkins community.
He's lived up to that honor in his freshman year. Now it's Penn State. Lehman! Oh my goodness! Falling down, turning around, Kyle Lehman with his 4th goal here in the quarterfinal of the Big Ten tournament. Wow.
He had 5 against Yale up in New Haven back in March, and it was an explosive game for him there. That was the game Matt Trainer got injured in and actually didn't complete the game. Didn't play the next week against Cornell, the #1 team in the country. Penn State beat him, but right there, gets it on that far lefty wing side, down low, close to the crease, contorted his body, which just shows the core strength you need as an attackman if you want to go to the crease like that. Unbelievable finish from the sophomore.
Now Penn State leads 12-8. Any combined goals between these two sides. Still 9 minutes to go in the contest. Again, winner goes to play #2 Maryland on Thursday up in Ann Arbor. The winner of that game will head on to Big Ten tournament final. Liam Burke going to work around Aldridge. He does so, and Burke buries it. Liam Burke with back-to-back goals for Hopkins, and now a 4-point performance for the freshman.
Liam Burke has been excellent. You see him there working Aldridge, gets that right hand free for the jumper. Almost
that time from Bauer. King with it in midfield. Just over 7 minutes left. Penn State seeks advancement in the Big Ten tournament. And that will help them in terms of their position in the Big Dance. That's the NCAA tournament. Ethan Long taking time. This is where you're probably going to see Penn State milk a lot of the shot clock. But Long goes in and he buries it. Top corner past Jelinas. Ethan Long, his 2nd goal of the contest, had the first one for the Nittany Lions, and now he has the 13th one, and the Nittany Lions lead 13-9.
That was an unbelievable shot from Long coming up the hash there. Off stick once again. Penn State continuing to shoot.
Watching the other quarterfinal game at the moment, Michigan and Rutgers, 4-seeded Wolverines, 5-seeded Scarlet Knights, currently tied at 5. Still plenty of time left in the opening half of that contest.
2 excellent goalies in that game too, Hunter Taylor and Carden Stoller. Stoller played very, very good in his 2nd campaign for Rutgers.
As now Chick moves in. Chick finds Ayers, and Ayers finds the bottom corner on Frasian. Jimmy Ayers with his 8th goal this season. And Johns Hopkins not going away just yet.
And it's another great feed after working the ball down low. Hopkins able to work off ball once again. This time it's Ayers, but Penn State's defense, they love to collapse down low. They love to try and force turnovers. They're top 10 in the nation in cause turnovers per game, the best in the conference almost. But right there, it's another late slide from the defense. Luca DiBartolomeo, who's stationed there right now in the send bin.
It is Luca DiBartolomeo sitting down for a minute.
Saw one of those checks come a little bit high. Maybe just got the wrong guy. It really should be John King who got his stick up high. Just picked the wrong number. 16, Parnham was down on the ground, so confused 16 with 18, and it was really 33.
It's now 16 for Johns Hopkins, which is Carlson took a shot that Ricocheted off the leg of a Penn State defender. Man up opportunity. Good chance for Hopkins to cut this lead down to 2. Collison off to English. English back to Collison. He buries it. Matt Collison from way downtown, and Johns Hopkins has cut into the lead of Penn State. It's a 2-goal game with 4:15 to go.
And it's really interesting to see Johns Hopkins scoring and being so efficient offensively in a game where Collison really hasn't had his fair.
On the turf, still a battle. Trying to pick it up, Rawson. Collison there to help, and Collison has it. Ross trying to poke it free. Collison gets it across. That's Brooks English. English to Eiler. 30 on the shot clock. English pushes in. Now it's Eiler at X. Eiler waits. Parnham trying to stop him. Eiler pushes out towards the near side boundary. 15 to go on the shot clock. Eiler up top now, English. English to Chauvet. Chauvet back to English. English to Rawson. Rawson scores! And it's a 1-goal game in the Big Ten tournament quarterfinal. Chuck Rawson buries that one. Off-balance shot. And 2:51 left to go. Hopkins has clawed all the way back.
It's a great cut there from Rawson, working down low from GLE, gets up top side, catches it on the run, jumps, fading away from